Hey guys, it's me, Base Libertarian, and we will talk about why the Gamestop saga is an example of a populist delusion. So, a while back, I was just scrolling on my Netflix, and I was reminded that, oh yeah, GameStop happened. It's been 18 months since the GameStop saga has taken place, and when I read the title, Eat the Rich, the GameStop saga, it made me cringe a lot. Again, this phrase is very delusional. Uh, the idea that if the people just rise up and they kill the rich and reappropriate their wealth, they will be rich and live happily ever after is just ridiculous. This is inspired from the French Revolution, which thousands of people were needlessly executed, and people didn't do better. It took a long time for Napoleon to restructure the economy and make France more prosperous. Anyway, this is a prime example of a populist delusion, the GameStop saga. So, what is the populist delusion? It's a term given to the belief that the unorganized masses can gain political power via conventional political means. In this case, the redditors from Wall Street Bets thought that by pumping and dumping a stock and destroying one hedge fund in the process, they could overthrow the financial elite. Not only has this changed nothing, but also the political change was only a secondary goal. The primary goal of Wall Street Bets was to make easy cash by speculating on stocks. Ha, the irony. Because they become what they seek to destroy. So, who ultimately won from the GameStop saga? Well, I did a bit of research. By research, I mean I typed in a couple of words in Google, and I found that BlackRock has made $1.2 billion. This headline says BlackRock has likely made $1.2 billion on GameStop as day traders buy the stock to stick it up to Wall Street. When I read that, it made me laugh because how ironic, haha. And on the same search engine, it said $2.4 billion and $3 billion. What else? Wall Street Bets subreddit grew from 1 million people to 12 million people. This is a drastically unsustainable level of growth as the movement has been polluted by many grifters trying to make a quick buck, and now the community has gone from a semi-organized group to completely outright disorganized. There's also been massive amounts of political divides coming from this. On the right wing, we have these normie libertarians saying, we don't want socialism, just give us a market and a government that isn't corrupt. We also have Elon Musk, who is a fake libertarian by the way, saying short selling is a scam, basically. And then the left are reacting to the right, and they are very triggered by the fact that the right, Wall Street Bets turns out to just be filled with normie libertarians, and they're writing articles like how Wall Street Bets rejected the left. And ultimately, this passage on Road to Serfdom comes to mind, where Friedrich Hayek says, but in a society which, for its functioning, depends on central planning, the control cannot be made dependent on the majority being able to agree. It will often be necessary that the will of a small minority be imposed upon the people, because the minority will be the largest group of people able to agree amongst themselves on the question at issue. And then, as the saga went on and debates started to expand, the cracks started to show. There's this really interesting article from Navarro Media that appeared here, which normally I disagree with Navarro Media because it's run by shit-lib leftists, but I found this to be quite an interesting article, and I'll read. Oh, sorry. So I'll read this passage here. Wall Street Bets is awash with forced modesty. Zach's post, in which he claimed to be just a construction worker, provoked a comment from an acquaintance in Sioux Falls who knew the man. Just a construction worker? It turns out that Zach, in fact, is the heir to a house building company with 50 employees. While working class people have attempted to get in on the scheme, like James the hospital porter, their engagement has been dwarfed by the whales of Wall Street Bets, the petty bourgeoisie, users who dominate the forum with the financial security to bet massive amounts on a meme. Pseudo-elites versus elites. As said in the previous passage, the Wall Street Bets movement is led by petty bourgeoisie. This aligns perfectly with the populist delusion, as many seemingly grassroots movements are actually led by small groups of elites. This is a passage on the first page of the populist delusion. In fact, my thesis goes further than that to suggest that all social change at all times and in all places has been top-down and driven by elites rather than the people. Those movements have the appearance of being organic and bottom-up protests, for example, 1960 civil rights movement in USA or Russian revolutions of 1917, were in fact tightly organized and funded by the elites. Here, the elites are unsuccessful making political change, but successful in lining their own pockets. In the Gamestop saga I'm talking about. So, in conclusion, the Gamestop saga has changed nothing. If it weren't for that Netflix documentary coming out, I would have completely forgotten about it. Seriously, I had no idea the thing happened. Not only do revolutions happen successfully only when elites are leading them, and precisely to put new elites in charge, but also, Wall Street Bets was led by pseudo-elites, mainly rich kids, who were not able to lead the movement effectively, as we see now with the movement exploding to 12 million people, but they only aspired to fulfill their ulterior motives of making money rather than actually changing the political system. Corporatists who LARP as revolutionaries, like Robin Hood, are perfect examples of why populist movements are unsuccessful, as people are often guided by false shepherds. Robin Hood has ultimately allowed more people to enter the casino as opposed to destroying the casino. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you. Peace out.